Hello everybody and welcome back. Alright, so let's continue making games. Where I left off last time was not in a good place. I was trying to render text and not actually render text, just get a text renderer to put something on the screen, not text, but just any sort of image. And if I run it, I'm getting nothing at all. And if I debug it, I'm getting errors on when I try to update the vertex and index buffers. And so when I stopped streaming yesterday, I thought about it for like all of 30 seconds and I realized I think I know what the problem is. So let me go ahead and comment that out. So I think what I need to do, and it's like I say I think, but I'm pretty positive at this point, that I need to set up the buffers to be able to be dynamic, right? So I want to set them up in a way to where I'm telling DirectX 11 that these buffers will be updated on a constant basis every frame, more or less. And so yeah, so I have to set the buffers up in a certain way, and I think that's done here with this buffer descriptor. And I really hate using these CD 3D11 buffer descriptors. I know they're supposed to be more convenient, but they really just hide all the stuff that you can actually set, like here and here, all of these. I think I'm going to get rid of all of those eventually. So what I want to use is just the standard D3D11 buffer descriptor. So let's pull up the internet here and let's search for that and see if we can just do it the regular way. So yeah, I'm going to copy all of that and change these. I'm going to just comment that out here and make one of these. We'll call this vertex descriptor. And yeah, so that's just going to equal nothing. All right, so now let's take that and, whoa, what the heck? Dismiss. And paste all that there with a dot. What am I doing? There we go. All right, so then this is going to be that. The usage is, I think that's something different. This is the bind flag. And then the CPU access flag. So yeah, let's go back here and look at the usage. So the usage is dynamic. So yeah, that's one of the things I needed to change. I needed to say it's going to be updated on a regular basis. And then the CPU access flag, I'm almost positive has to be something different as well, which, yeah, so I want to say that I want the CPU to be able to write to the buffer. And then the miscellaneous flags. I don't think I need any of those. Not sure. And then the structured by structure. Yeah, so I'm just going to delete those for now. I don't think I need any to modify any of that. Let me just double check here. 0 if unused. Yeah, I don't think so. All right, so let's use this new actually it already is being used. And then so I need to do the same here. And I'm going to do the same thing as I was doing earlier, so I can get rid of that. I'm actually going to change this to be buffer descriptor. I'm just going to use the same one for every case. Just modify it. Yeah, so here I'm just going to say that the buffer descriptors usage is still dynamic. All I need to really change is the bind flags to be D3D11 bind index buffer. Yeah, so I think that's the only thing I need to change, because everything else I still want to write to it. I still want it to be dynamic. So yeah, then I'm going to use buffer descriptor there. And so let me uncomment these and see if it still gives me an error. And it doesn't. Cool. So yeah. So if I even if I debug it, let's see. Yeah. So it's just running fine. So this is so it's anyway. It's better, but it's still not showing my texture. I should get like a box here. Let me look at the shader. See what's going on here. I don't want to multiply it by the projection matrix yet. Let's get rid of that. And so I have color here and color here. Let me call this text color just so I can distinguish between the two. And I don't know, I doubt that's going to fix anything, but let's see. Am I still running the debugger? Oh, there it goes. Okay, so still nothing. Let me see. Yeah, you know what? Because since I'm updating these every frame, update sub resource, as far as I can tell, is not the most optimal way to do that. In fact, for all of these, I should really change that. I should be mapping the buffer instead. And I don't think it's going to fix my problem, but I want to do that anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to look up the map function here, the context map. And yeah, so I'm going to map to the buffer instead. So let's see, how do I do this? So I need the D3, D11 context. I'm going to call the map function. So what do I need? I need the resource to map to, which is my text renderers vertex buffer. Sub resource, I don't think that's anything. The map type, D3, D11 map. What type of map is it? I think I want write discard, because since I'm updating every frame, I just want to write to it and then forget about it. I believe so. And then the map flags, what's that? Do not wait. I don't think I need that at all. Let's put that at 0. And yeah, I think I need to create one of these first. I'll call this vert data. And then so when I'm calling this function, I'm going to pass in the address of vert data. And then I need to do it all over again for the index buffer. I'll call this ind data. In data. All right, so then once I'm going to write to all that stuff, I need to unmap it. And I'm going to go ahead and comment these out too, since I know I'm not using them at all. Okay, yeah, so this is again going to be the context. Buffer I'm unmapping is the same as this guy. And I don't need any sub resource, so that's just going to be 0. And let's do the same for the index buffer. Okay, so now in here, I'm going to, instead of hard coding them here, I'm going to hard code them here. So let's actually just get rid of all that. So I think, so yeah, this is where I can get my data from. Let me just double check that. Yeah, so the p data is the pointer to the data in the buffer that I can change. So let's just make a float32 pointer. I'll call this vdat equals vert data dot p data. And then same for the index buffer, idat equals ind data dot p data. And I think I gotta cast it just like I'm doing malloc. Let's try it. It's not going to hurt it either way. So then I can just write directly to that, and then once I unmap it, that should update the buffer. And again, I don't think it's going to fix my problem, but I should be doing this anyway. So if it does fix my problem, then win-win. All right, so basically, let me go ahead and make a counter so I know what index I'm talking about. U32 counters is nothing. So then we'll go down here and say vdat at counter plus plus, oops, is equal to the x coordinate, negative 0.5. Let me just copy all that. All right, so that'll be the y coordinate, and then I need to put the texture data. So that's the x coordinate of the texture, the y coordinate of the texture. So negative 0.5, negative 0.5, 0, 1. Let me just copy all that. Put the other vertices. So the x coordinate 0.5, y coordinate positive 0.5, 0, 0. And then the x coordinate is going to now be positive. The y coordinate is still positive. That should be 1. That should be 0. And then I think that's going to stay 1. That should be 1, negative 0.5, positive 0.5. All right, so now the indices. Let's reset counter back to 0. And then we'll say that idat at counter plus plus is 0, 1, 2, 2, 3, 0. So that was 3, 2, 2, 1. All right, let's just take a shot in the dark here. It's not vdata, it's vdat. It would be so much faster than me to just change the variable, but I don't care. What else? Unmap, identifier not found. That's because I need the arrow. Huzzah, there we go. Oh my goodness, I got my texture. Wow, so that fixed it. Yeah, I'm gonna count that, sure. I did realize that my texture is messed up now, so. Oh yeah, since it's 1 byte per pixel, this is no longer a 2 by 2, but it's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by 2. So if I do that, now I'm getting the full texture, and I don't want to linear sample it. I want to do the point sampling. So yeah, when I set the sampler, I can actually get rid of that here. So when I render the text, I'm going to set the sampler to not be my linear sampler, but to be my point sampler. Hey, there we go. So just to confirm, let's see. All right, so we got black, white, which the white in this case is red. So we got black, red, and then black, white, black, red, and then black, red, black, red. Yeah, so that's good. So now when I'm rendering my meshes, I want that to be the linear sampler. So let me put that there. Go. And same here. All right, cool. That I'm so happy that works. So now I don't actually want to see the red at all. I just want to see the black part, and I want to be able to see through the red part, because you know, if I have the letter A, I want to be able to see through the middle of the A. So what I need to do is tell DirectX 11 to now basically handle transparency. It's called alpha blending, I think. So let me just Google search, or put a search in here for alpha blending. Let's see what comes up here. Oh, alpha blending. It's Windows GDI. It's not what I'm talking about. There's alpha blending for DirectX 9. That's yesterday's news. blending and Win32 apps. I probably need this, but that doesn't look like what I'm looking for. Alpha blending direction. Configuring blending functionality. Let me see what this is DirectX, Direct3D 11. Let's see what that has to offer. Yeah, I think this is what I need. I need to set up my blend state. So I need to create a blend state descriptor, and then set the blend state. Yeah, so just like anything else. Let's see, where can I put this? Let's put this all the way down here before I start initializing my renderers. Yeah, I don't know what this one is. I don't want that. I'm just going to call this blend state. I'm not going to initialize it. And then I'm going to call this blend state desk descriptor. I don't need a zero memory because I'm pretty sure if I do that, that's the same thing. And then that's blend state. Oops, I just copied the wrong thing. Copy, paste, paste. So the rent, yeah, so if I enable blending to true, that should be good. I'm assuming that you know what they're talking about there. This should be my D3D11 device, and that should be the blend state descriptor and the blend state. All right, so once I create it, then I need to set the blend state. So that should be D3D11 device, OM set blend state. That should be the actual blend state. Then the blend factor, I want to say if I just put 0 in there, it's the same as doing that. I don't think I need to make a array of 4 floats. And I'm going to just go ahead and put that directly in there, saying that I want the maximum integer. So I don't think that's going to work. I feel like I need more to it. There's more to it than that. Let me see. So create blend state 1. I'll create blend state. What else? OM set blend state is not a member of ID311 device. Well, Windows says it is. Is it the context again? Yeah. God dang it, Windows. Can you like just please be right for once in your life? Okay, so anyway, if I run that, it's not working. I still see the red. I think, yeah, like I said, I think there's more to it. Let me look at this blend state descriptor, see what that has to offer. So the average alpha independent blender. Yeah, I don't think that's relevant to what I'm trying to do. But this render target, yeah, let me see what that's all about. Okay, yeah, there's a lot more to it than just what they put here. So let me go ahead and get all this and put that here. So this is all of this here. Okay, so I already got that there. The blend enable I already got. So there's everything else I need to figure out. So what's the source blend? This blend option. There's a lot to choose from. This looks familiar. I think I want the source alpha here. So that's going to be equal to source alpha, then the dest blend. Same options. Oh. So the blend factor is alpha. Yeah, so that's what. And then inv source alpha blend. There's 1 minus 1 minus 1. Okay, yeah, I think that's what I want. So I want 1 minus the source alpha, which is in this inv source data. Then the blend op is blend operation. I think I want to add. Then the source blend alpha. Okay, you're getting kind of complicated here. Which is the same thing I was just looking at. I don't know. Is there like blend operations? What's some other marks here? Here are the default values. Okay, yeah, because I really don't know what these are, so I'm going to just use the defaults for now and just see if that does anything for me. Blend op alpha. All right, and then also I think I need to, yeah, duh. Yeah, so you know, I wouldn't even know anyway if it was working because I'm not really doing anything with the transparency. So let's just put the alpha value at 0.5, and if this all works, then I should see through my texture all the way. Yay, it's working. Awesome, I'm so happy. Yeah, so actually, so it's, I just want to see the black part of it. So I'll just put all that as zeros. And then here I can use my color, and it's only one channel anyway, so color.r should just work. Yeah, there we go. So I'm rendering some funky hieroglyphics, which is a step in the right direction for sure. Now I just need a texture with some letters in it. By the way, now that I have transparency, just for funsies, let's see what happens if I make this 0.5. Should be able to see through my monkey heads now. And I do. Awesome. It's interesting because you can tell the order in which they get rendered, because I can see some of the monkeys. If I look directly through this one, I can see some of them in the background, but if I step out, a lot more of them appear. I don't know. Anyway, just a funny observation. All right, so let me fix that. Eventually, I'm going to put this in one of the constant buffers so that I can control the alpha, or control the opacity. Okay, so I'm one step closer to rendering text. So this is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to make a texture that has the font that I want to render. It's going to be like a debug font. It's going to be an ugly, low pixel or low resolution, very pixelated font that I'm just going to hard code it into my program. So that way I don't need to, I mean, eventually I want to be able to read text files like OpenType or TrueType and render that text on my thing, but that's going to be a lot of work and I don't feel like doing that now. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hard code a text and put it directly into my program. So that way, if ever I need to render any text for debugging purposes, it's there. It's not, I don't have to like worry about importing it or reading files or any of that stuff. It's just part of the program. So to do that, I'm going to use Gimp. So I think, do I have it installed already? No. So let's just Google search that and gimp.org, download it. Whatever the latest one is fine. Directly. And so before, okay, so while that's downloading, I need to know like what characters to render. I'm just going to render all of the standard ASCII characters. So let's see, what am I going to do here? I'm going to, so right when my program runs, this is all just temporary. I'm going to iterate through all the characters that make up the ASCII table and just find out which ones I need, like basically all the characters on the standard ASCII keyboard. So let's do this. Output debug string. I'm going to output, I need to cast, I believe, to an LP C string. And then, so I just want the address of I. And then let's put each one on a new line. Put debug string. I don't know if this is going to work. I might need to use printf. But we'll see. So let's build that. And then if I run the debugger, come down here to my debug console. Oh, it worked. Okay, so I don't need any of that. I just want to start here from the exclamation point. Or how are we doing, Gimp? Already done. Cool. Install. Let's just install for me. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to use this as my guide to figure out what characters to draw. That's a lot of them. How many are there? That's a good point. How do I print out I? I don't know. Let me just do this real quick. I was hoping not have to do this anymore, but such is life. Okay, so I want to print out what I is, and then I'm going to print out I as a character. So I, and then I again, I think. Oh, still running the debugger. There it is. Okay. So starts at 33, goes to 126. So 126 minus 33 is 93. So 93 is close enough to 100. Square root of 100 is 10. So I need a 10 by 10 grid. So if it's 10 by 10, what's a reasonable size for each character? I'm going to attempt to fit each character in a little 5 pixel by 5 pixel box. Whether or not that succeeds to the point where I can actually realize what character I'm looking at, that would be a different story. But I'm going to try. I'm going to give it a good old effort. So if I open this, yeah, so Gimp's now loaded. And if I remember, it's always got to load fonts from the beginning, and it takes forever. Hey, that did not take nearly as long as I was thinking. Okay, so let's open up a new file. So 10 by 10, but each pixel or each letter is 5 pixels, so I need a 50 by 50 image. Let's just do that. 50, 50. I'll zoom way in there. Let me add the grid here. So view, show grid. Configure the grid to be 5 by 5. Okay, perfect. So yeah, I'm going to put one character in each box. And let's see if I can even do it. That'll be kind of fun to watch, right? No. Where's the pencil? Did they delete the pencil? Am I crazy, or did there used to be a pencil in here? Let's see if I can use the paintbrush. So I want to use the pixel. No, that's not what I want at all. The size should be 1. Hardness 100. me Google search that, because that's weird. Why would they remove the pencil? Can't find pencil. Jeez. What version is this anyway? 2.1. Tools. There it is. Oh, oh, that's so dumb. They like collapsed it into the paintbrush. Anyway, so I'm glad that I got that. Yeah, so there we go. Now I could write 1 pixel at a time. All right, so I'm gonna put each character on its own transparency layer so that way I can hide them and whatever. All right, so go away, Google, go equals that too. Okay, so starting with, let me update the stream title because I'm not doing that anymore. Creating a debug font from scratch. There we go. All right. So starting with the exclamation point, that's an easy one. I can do that for sure. So that's just straight up. Oops, too many. Bam. Exclamation point done. Next is quotation marks. I can do that. Bam. Next is a octothorpe. I can do that. Hashtag success. Next, oh, that's gonna be tricky. A $sign. I barely even have enough room to do an S. All right, so let me try this. Let me just put a line right down the middle and then just try to do like a really pixelated S in here. Oh wait, no, oh my goodness. I'm supposed to be doing these on each new layer. All right, so that's done. Let me, okay, I'm gonna forget each time I know. Okay, so quotation marks, and then a new layer, then the octothorpe. Oh, jeez. Yeah, so then the $sign. So now I can just erase the one next to it and I can actually see that one in its full glory. And that looks close enough. I think I'll be able to tell that's a $sign. Then the percent sign, let me hide that. Put this on its own layer. So let's start with the main diagonal here and then just like that. Looks kind of empty. What if I add these here? That looks too full. What about that? Nah, okay, I think I'm just gonna stick with that. That's good enough. They don't have to be perfect. I just need to be able to tell what character it is when I'm debugging things. And am I gonna use the percent sign a lot when debugging? Probably not. Oh, the ampersand's gonna be tricky. I don't know how to do that in 5 pixels, a 5 by 5 pixel thing. So let me, oh geez. So it's kind of like a backwards S with like a little thing. Let me try a backwards S here. Oops. It's kind of like a Z or a 2. But then, let me just put that there. I can't get it. Okay, let me try something different here. Oops. Let me go back to that backwards S here. Let me try like a more fancy backwards S. No, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna go with that for now. I'll probably come back and modify it later. I don't know, the ampersand's a little rough. But then next is the single quote. I could definitely do that. Uh-oh. What did I do? Oh yeah, so I want to put this on its own layer. There we go. Nope, too much. All right, oh, too much again. There we go. And so after the single quote is open parenthesis. Let's see. Yeah. And the closing parenthesis. Good enough. Then a asterisk. It's probably going to be bigger than it needs to be, but what am I going to do? I only got 5 pixels by 5 pixels to deal with. Cool, let's count that. What's next? Did I put that on the same? No. Okay. All right, so after asterisk is the plus sign. Boop, 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 boop. Done. After plus is a comma. I think I could put that here. Looks like a comma to me. After the comma is the, is that a minus sign? Done. After that, it's just a period. Let's just put the period here. And the forward slash. Easy peasy. Next is the number 0. Done. And just so I know I'm not talking about a O, I'm going to put a dot in the middle. Just like that one's got a slash to it. All right, so then 1 is... Do I need the whole thing? Let's just do a smaller one. There we go. That looks like a 1. Oh, I just put the 1 on the same layer as the 0. There we go. 1 is done. Next is the, yeah, so then it just goes 2 through 9. So let's see, 2. I don't like that. I don't like that either. Yeah, I'll just go with what I had. Oops. It's 2 enough for me. All right, so then 3. I don't need to keep looking at that. Get rid of the 2. Oops, I just put that on the same layer as the 2. I'm dumb. There we go. Yeah, it looks like a 3. And then 4. Easy. 5. Done. 6. I don't like that. Not liking that either. Let's do it like that. Make it a little bit more rounded. Yeah, it looks much more like a 6. And then 7, easy peasy. Or not. Probably don't need to use the whole top line. Yeah, 7 enough to me. All right, so then 8. Let's get rid of 7 here. Yeah. Oh no, I put the 7 on the same layer. All right, let's just undo a bunch of stuff here. Okay. Forgot how I did my 7. There we go. All right, 8 is done. So now the 9. How does that look? Yeah, it looks like a 9 if you squint just right. All right, so after 9 is the colon, semicolon, less than, equals, greater than. All right, colon, boop. Semicolon. Let's do it like this. That's cool. And less than, equals, greater than, question mark. Less than. Equals. Greater than, and a question mark. Where's the 5? Yeah, it looks like a question mark to me. So after the question mark comes the @ symbol. Ooh, I did not think about that guy. Oh no. How do I do that? Ooh. What does it even look like? It's like an A with a circle around it, right? Yeah, that is not right at all. All right, let me hide the question mark and let me hide the 6 so I can see it. All right, so I'm gonna start with just a box around the whole square here. And then inside here, and again, it doesn't have to be exactly right. I'm gonna count that. That's yeah. Like, how often am I gonna need to put an @ symbol in my debug code, in my debug prints? Probably not often. All right, so now we go through the capital letters A through Z. So this is gonna be more my forte here. A, cool. B, oops. C. Oh shoot, I'm supposed to be putting these on different layers. There we go, so the @ symbol's on its own layer. Let's put the A on its own layer. There we go, B on your own layer. Oops. C. D. E. I don't think I need that many. we go. F. Done. G. Cool. H. Done. I. Done. Capital J. Let me see, let me get rid of the I and the Q. Oops. Yeah, that's J-like. HIJK. No, let's not do that. Let's do this. All right, I'll count that. HIJKL. And then M. I don't know which one I like better. I think I'm gonna go with this way. It's still ugly regardless. Get rid of the L and then the C. Yeah, keep it. And then the N. Sure. O is going to be just the 0 without the dot in it. And then P should be pretty straightforward. And then Q, how do I distinguish a Q from an O? By doing that. But then it looks very similar to the at. In fact, it looks exactly like the at. But I can, let me see, let me undo this. Yeah, that looks better. Let me hide the P and the G. Yeah, if you squint, it looks like a Q. Then R, oops. Wait, let me go back to this way. Get rid of the Q, where's the H? Yeah, I think that's fine for an R. Then that letter S is gonna be just my $sign without the line in it. And then the letter T. U. V. Let's just make it an upside down A without the middle bar. T, U, V, now W. It's just gonna do the M upside down. So let me hide the M just so I can see it. Yeah, that's fine. W, X is easy. Oops. And then Y, because I said so, that's why. And Z. Sure. Let me see. Let me just look at it alone. Really looks, what's different? Yeah, it's definitely different than the 2. I'm going to keep it. All right, so I got the capital letters A through Z. Then there's not, so then open square bracket, backslash, close square bracket. Oops, I just put that in the same layer. All right, so open square bracket, backslash, close square bracket, and then the caret underscore accent. Yeah, I think that's enough for the caret. Underscore is easy. Right. And then the accent. Sure. All right, so now the lowercase letters, A through Z, and this is gonna be tricky because I gotta somehow make some of these look different than their capital counterpart, like C and X, O. All right, so let's do let's do like a classic, like printed A. That's ugly. Yeah, I'm gonna count that. Then B should be pretty easy. And lowercase c. Sure. Then D. Lowercase e. Now some of these are going to have to be big just because I need the space for the detail. And lowercase f. Get rid of that e. Oh, yeah, I'll count that. All right, so then lowercase g. Very similar to the 9. How do I make it different from a 9? Yeah, I'll do like that. And plus it'll be a little bit lower than the baseline, so you'll be able to tell it's a G there. So then we need the letter H. That's an ugly H. Yeah, that's fine. I, just an upside down exclamation point. J. Ooh, how do I make that different from an I? Yeah, that looks better. H-I-J, lowercase k. Get rid of this A above it. Yeah, it's fine. I could tell it's a K. H-I-J-K, lowercase l. I'm going to put a little, just the tiniest of hooks on there so I know it's an L. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this one. There we go. So that way I know it's not a 1. I know it's not a, what do you call it? The vertical bar, the OR thing. H-I-J-K-L, lowercase m. Yeah, it's fine. These are some ugly letters, by the way, in case you couldn't tell. does that work? I don't like it. You know, I don't think I need that little hook on there for the M either. In fact, I can make it one shorter. There we go, and then I'll just do the same thing for the N. Oops. Oh, geez, I put them on the same. All right, so hide that one, but just put, I just want to see what the N looks like. Yeah, I think that's fine. M and then a lowercase o. I'll just put it like that. Yeah, sure. Lowercase p. How do I distinguish a lowercase p from a capital P? I guess I just make it smaller as much as I can. Yeah, I think that works. Yeah. Well, you know what? Since it's going to be below the baseline anyway, I'll just make the tip of it the smaller. MNOP. Lowercase q. Sure. Yeah, it's going to again be below the baseline. MNOPQ. Lowercase r. Sure. Lowercase s. Can I even make a lowercase s? Probably not. This is going to be tricky. Wait, where's the capital S? I just want to make sure I'm not copying it exactly. That's fine. And then lowercase t should be pretty straightforward. I'm gonna put a little hook on it. Get rid of the S and the J. I don't think I need it to be so far. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. T and then lowercase u. I'm just gonna do the same as the N. And then lowercase v. No, it looks like a Y. I'll do it like that. TUV and then lowercase w. Just basically the M upside down. Lowercase x. No, that's not gonna look good. I don't like it. How about this? Nope, don't like that either. Yeah, it's getting worse. All right, I'm just gonna go with that. That's, I don't know, it feels like, oh, you know what? What if I do that? What if I make it go up here? It's definitely distinguishable from the capital X, but it doesn't look like a lowercase x either. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna go with what I had earlier. It's gonna be a tiny letter though. That's fine. All right, so x, y, and z. So how do I do a lowercase y? No, that doesn't look good. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. And then a Z. Sure, why not? Okay, so after the lowercase z, then I just have a couple more, 4 more to be exact. So open curly brace, the bang symbol, the close curly brace, and the tilde. So open curly brace. I think that looks good. Then just boop, and then close curly brace. Oh shoot, I forgot to be putting these on different layers. Oh, I didn't put the Z on a different layer either. Jeez. Okay, let me go undo all that. Okay, so then the Z. All right, so then open curly brace. That. And close curly brace. And then the tilde. How do I do that? Let me get rid of that one. Yeah, good enough. Actually, no. So that's it. I got my ASCII font here. Okay, so now I can get rid of that and export it. So let's export this. Export as, I'll call this debug font.png. Let's put this on the desktop. Let's save. I don't know. I don't think I need any of that. Well, whatever. Just default. All right. So if I go here, yeah, there it is. That's probably sure. All right. It looks like crap, but I'm not going to render it like this with that smooth filtering. It's going to be all pixelated, so it'll hopefully be able to distinguish the actual individual characters. We'll find out. Okay, so yeah, let me get ahead and get rid of this. I don't need this anymore. Oops. There we go. Make sure my game still builds and runs. And it does. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to take that image I have and render that on the screen instead of this weird hieroglyphic thing I got going on. So what I'm going to do that is I'm going to go back to Blender. Eventually I'm going to write a script to just export images directly from Gimp in case I ever use that again. But since I already know how to write scripts in Blender, I'm going to go ahead and use this instead. So let me just go ahead and add a new image in here. Desktop, debug font. So now if I go to scripting and look at images, yeah, there I got my debug font. So I can make a new script. That's import BPY. And I forgot how to get an image. So bpy.data.images. Yeah. And then debug fonts. So then I need the width and height, which I believe is in size. Yeah, so 50 by 50. And then I can get the pixels. And since it's just black or white, I don't need to go through it twice. I have to go through every pixel, but I don't have to go through the RGB of each pixel. So anyway, so image is bpy.data.images debug font.png image width is equal to image dot size at 0. Image height is equal to image dot size at 1. Since I'm going to write this to a file, I want to import array. So I want to get the pixels, so that's the image.pixels. And then I'm just going to iterate through all the pixels. So for p in pixels, okay, I know this is obviously not the best way to do this, but I'm gonna just keep count of how many pixels I've iterated through, because I really only care about the well, actually, let me do this. Okay, so from OS import sys down, and then we want to just clear the console system. All right, so then I'm going to just print p, and then all right, so when I run that, it does the thing. All right, so if CTR is equal or greater than or equal to 4, then I want to just break out of this loop. So 0, 0, 0, 0. Wait, well, it would help if I have a pixel. All right, let me just get a few pixels here. Okay, so that's RGBA, RGBA, RGBA. So really, I'm just looking at the alpha value to see if it's 0 or 1. So all right, so I'm going to just check if CTR, so modulo 4 is equal to 3. So every fourth pixel, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, wait, so 0. I don't know. How do I get just the fourth pixel? Can't remember. I think it's that. So if CTR modulo 4. Yeah, I think it's that. Let me just then. Oops. Whoa. Okay, so 0, 1, 2. It would be 2, wouldn't it? I don't know. 0, 1, 2, 2. I don't know. This isn't right. Let me get rid of that. That's why I was printing too many things there. All right, so yeah, 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so if I modulo 4 is 3, so I got that right. So let's get rid of this. If CTR modulo I. In fact, I don't need to use, I could just do this. I and P and enumerate through the pixels. So now I can say if I modulo 4 is equal to 3, that means I'm on the alpha channel of the pixel. So then I could say if P is greater than 0, which it'll just be 1 in that case. And let me get the pix values is a list, and then we're just going to append P to that pix value. Pix value dot append, and then since it's float, I want to cast it to a int and then multiply it by 255. Okay, so let me just print out what pix value is. Should get a bunch of gibberish here. All 255s. Why is this? I don't get any zeros at all? Wait, yeah, so if PFI. So it should be 0, 0, 255, 0, 0, 0, 255. So let's see. Oh, I also realized that it's stopping way too soon. If I is greater than, let's just get 50 pixel in. Let's do less than that. Let's do 25 pixels worth. And then I just want to break out of everything. I only get one. Oh, wait, yeah, I don't need to check if P is greater than 0. I just want to append P no matter what. Duh. 0, 0, 255, 0, 0, 0. Okay, here we go. So I think this is right. So we got, yeah, so it should be 0, 0, 255, 0, 0, 0, uh-oh. Oh, wait, 0, 0, and then 0, wait, hold on, I'm confused. 0, 0, 255, 0, 0, then it should be 0, 255, 0, 255. Okay, so something's not right. What if I didn't do that check at all? So 5, 10, 15, 20. Let me go through just 20 pixels. So 20 times 4 is 80. Okay, so let me put that if statement back. So if I modulo 4 is equal to 3, all right, so 0, 0, 2, 5, 5, 0, 0. So that seems right. And then 0, 0, 2, 5, 5, 0, 0, 0, 0, 2, 5, 5, 0, 0. That's definitely not right. So 0, 0, 2, 5, 5, 0, 0. That seems good. But then 0, 0, 2, 5, 5. That's not right though. All right, let me get rid of all this stuff here and just print out what P is. And then I'm going to say if I is greater than, let's say, so 5 times 4 is 20, 20, 40, 60. Let's go 60 and then break out of there. Okay, so this is the first pixel, so 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, oops, 0. Okay, so that should be the top row of the first character. Now we're on the quotation mark, which is 0, 0, 0, 0. Then it should be 0, 0, 0, 1, but it's not. Let me do this. Let me print out the length of pixels. Um, 10,000. So 50 times 50 is 2,500 times 4 is 10,000. So yeah, definitely 4 bytes per pixel, or 4 floats in their case. I just don't know why it's not lining up to this. Something weird happened when I exported it. Control, there we go. I don't think so. Probably my modulo is wrong. So let me iterate through the pixels again for I and P and enumerate pixels. Sorry, let me print P. Times 4 is 20. So let's just do 2 characters. The row 2. Geez, what am I doing? What the heck is happening? The heck when I ever hit a number key? Okay, now it's working. Geez, that was weird. Okay, so that, and then I just want to print. No, I just want to break. That's one. That's another. That seems right. That's wrong. I mean, that's right. And that's right. And then that's right. And then this next pixel should be 0001. But it's not. Why? me go ahead and save this. Just put it on the desktop, call debug font. And it's not like it's going top down either, because then it would just be a lot more empty pixels. So this first one's totally rendering right. All right, let me try this. Let's say I0. Oh, it's doing it again. There we go. Guess if I don't have the mouse perfectly in there, it doesn't work. Okay, so I'm gonna make I is equal to 0. I'm gonna say while, okay, so I'm gonna get TP is equal to the length of pixels. And I'm gonna say while I is less than TP, do some stuff, and then each time I'm gonna say I plus equals 4. Print I, let me just print that. What's going on? 0, 4, 8, 12, 6. Okay. All right, so now what if I say I starts at 3, run it again, all the way to the top here, 3, 7, 11. Okay, so that should be the index of the alpha value. So that means that now do P, no, not P, pixels at I. See what happens there. It's really annoying. Okay, so 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, and then 0, 0, 1, 0, 0. Is it going from the top, bottom, 0, 0, 0? So it's like it's doing from the bottom up. That would make sense. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but it would make the output make sense if it's starting from the bottom going up. So let me go through the pixels backwards here. All right, so let's go back to the for loop. So for IP in enumerate, and then this time the reversed, or is it just reverse? Pixels. Print P, and then again, if I is greater than 40, R. Then break. There we go. Okay, so that's I don't know what's going on anymore. Yeah, actually that would make sense. So this one is solid, and then no, I don't think it would make sense. So if it starts from there forwards and goes that way, then it probably goes that way. Okay, so I'm gonna do a dummy thing here. I'm just gonna rotate my actually, what do I want to do? I think I want to mirror it Right, just flip it horizontally. Image. Transform, flip vertically. Yeah, I want to flip it vertically. I think that's what I wanted to do. Let's just overwrite the one I got. I'm going to copy all that and just start over from a brand new project. Oops. All right, so we'll come back here. Let's load up the picture. Just paste everything I had. Oh, I didn't save it. Oh well. Okay, so the image is bpy.data.images / debugfont.png. What else? So then the width, I'll say image width is image.size at 0. Image height is image.size at 1. And the pixels equals the image pixels. All right, so let's go back to the way I had it before. So I'm going to say for I and p in enumerate pixels. If I modulo 4 is equal to 3, that means I'm on the alpha channel, so then I would check if, no matter what. So I need my pix array, that's what I called it before. Okay, so now I take the pix array and then I append p times 255. And I need to cast that to an int. All right, so then just so I'm not writing a whole bunch of stuff, so if I is greater than 40, break. And then just print pix array. All right, what do you got for me? Oh, I forgot to clear. Either way, so okay, 0025500 00255 okay, so that looks right. That looks like now. So let me go ahead and reflip this image, transform, flip vertically. Yeah, so that looks like now it's reading the right pixels in the right order. All right, so that's promising. Let's not hold our breaths just yet. Nice. Let's just do the whole thing now. And I'm going to go ahead and write everything in a file. So file is open c:/ users / me / desktop / I'll call this debug font dot textpix. And I want to write a binary file. And let's close that. All right, so now I can say array.array. I want a unsigned. Oh, I forgot. I keep forgetting these stupid things. Do I have an internet browser? No. unsigned ints, capital I. And then I'm going to put image width to file in the file. Oops, I just realized this should be a square bracket. And that should be image height. And then I need the actual pixels. So array.array, it is going to be in unsigned byte. So that is unsigned char, capital B. And pix array, pipe that out to the file. And let's go for it. Let's see. Oh, no, errors. Oh, wait, no, I did import array. Oh. Okay, so that's all the pixels. That's my file. All right, so let's try this. Let's put this into the project. And then when let me just make sure it's here. Debug, yeah, okay. Okay, so now when I'm making my text renderer, I'm not going to use this anymore. Did I create a file? No, I did not. Okay, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to make a function that creates a texture from a file. Texture 2D, create texture 2D. This is going to take a constant character string file name, but you still need to know the bytes per pixel because that's not going to be saved in the file. Pixel. And then so what I need to do is read the file. Forgot how to do that. Yeah, I just want to call my function read file into buffer. And then the file name is file name. The data is my temp storage buffer. And then the file length is file size. And that is going to be here. Okay, so then I can get the width is equal to, I need to cast this to a U32 pointer. Actually, let's get the actual file data here. So U8 pointer file data is equal to the temp storage buffer, and then I can then use file data, and then same, so file data plus equals 4, and then do the same for the height. And then I can then use the rest of that to pass it in here. So then let's say texture 2D text is equal to create texture 2D. There it is. And then so, no, I'll use the file name. So now I need to pass in the data, which is my file data. And then the bytes per, no wait, so then the width is my width, height, and then the bytes per pixel in this case is, oh, same thing, bytes per pixel. Okay, let's just see if that compiles. Let me see, did I leave any errors down here? Probably. Let's comment that out for now. All right, it compiles, it doesn't run anything, but that's fine. So now this is gonna instead be debug font.png, no, textbooks. Comma. Yes, it must, shouldn't it? So my function here forgot to return text. There we go. Hey, I got my text on the screen. My debug font. It's all bunched up. You can hardly distinguish the individual letters, but that's fine. All right, it's already past 9 o'clock. Okay, yeah, I would definitely consider this a step in the right direction. So next time, I'm going to wrap it up, but next time what I'm going to do is I'm going to improve, I'm going to actually get my function here. What is it called? Not that one. My render text to actually render the text that I pass in, because right now it's just rendering a big block of the whole thing. It's rendering all the characters at once. I would need to be able to pick out the individual characters that I want to read and render based on the text. You know, so if I pass in the word taco, I would need to get the T, the A, the C, and the O, put them in the right order so that you can read the word taco. But that's going to be next time. I'm going to go ahead and let's see. So. I'm not gonna save any of this. I'm gonna leave it on the desktop in case I need it, but I think I'm pretty happy with my font the way it is. So let's save everything to GitHub. Created a debug font and rendering all characters at once. Maybe a bit too descriptive, but it's fine. All right, let's push that up. As soon as that's done, I will be signing out. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. I hope to see you next time, and have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.